In this video, I'm going to share with you the specialized tools that I keep inside my everyday tree diagnostic bag. The tools that you'll see I found to be necessary to properly diagnose a tree so that a proper tree care plan can be created. My name is Jason Dirks. I'm a certified arborist who specializes in tree healthcare and love to travel this beautiful country. My channel is about sharing some of my tree knowledge to help you save your trees, as well as sharing some of the places that I visit. Have you ever wondered what a certified arborist actually is? And have you ever wondered what an arborist who specializes in tree healthcare might carry? You're going to get a look into my tree diagnostic bag, and that's something that I just never really share with people, partly because I'm not actually asked ever. And it's just not a topic that comes up whenever I'm on a property. I'm there to look at a tree that's not doing well, and that is all of our focus. I actually don't think most people, including most arborists, even know what it is that I do exactly. I'm highly specialized inside of a tiny niche. I might be 3 layers into a niche, I'm not sure. Maybe a niche inside of a niche inside of a niche. So people don't really even know what to ask. How do you know what to ask someone that does something in a way that's rarely seen? So how would anybody know what to ask what's in that bag I've got? Makes sense why people might not even know what's in the bag, because it's not seen very often. But it's not just a bag with my pen and paper in it. And let me hit on 2 points here while I've got your attention. First of all, if you're a homeowner and you're truly concerned about your tree, call an International Society of Arboriculture certified arborist, an ISA certified arborist. I'll have a link in the description to where you can go and find where a certified arborist is in your area. Save a lot of time and go right there. If there's one tool that I'd recommend that you see in this video that I think every single homeowner or anyone who cares about plants or soil or any of that should have, it's a moisture meter. You need a moisture meter to really know what the soil moisture is in the soil. And there's 2 in this video, and there's links to them in the description. And I'm really glad I get to say this. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. So if you go to any of the links in the description and you buy from there, I get a small percent, but it does not affect what you pay, nor will it ever affect my reviews on anything. So let's take a look and see what's in there. Before I get into the diagnostic bag, this is a little briefcase thing that I carry that has important forms like my diagnostic forms. I have a monitoring form. I have an initial monitoring form like I'll use today possibly, handouts that I want to give to customers, and things like that. I just kind of keep that handy. Rulers. With the rulers, I actually like to mark where they should be mowing their grass. Look into the root cycling effect. So you can use the grass to help build soil, so I'm not all against grass. I used to be, but I've learned how to work with it to help me out. All right, so there's important things in here. I have a lot of ways that I monitor soil moisture because it's so important. So depending on the soil type, anyway, a lot of things in here just to kind of reference if I need to, if I'm having a brain glitch. And just to kind of, sometimes on busy days in particular, that's when this stuff is more important. I like a system. This is my diagnostic bag here. It's a shoulder sling thing that I keep on me, and it's easy to walk around the yard with. And I lost 2 already in the last many years, and so I don't set it down ever. It stays on me at all times. Let's take the stuff out. Here are some tools that I keep in the truck but don't tend to keep in the diagnostic bag. A refractometer, I believe it's how you say it, but it's for measuring the bricks levels. And I tend to mainly use this if we're trying to determine before a tree is declining. And you can measure it from healthy trees that you know are healthy and measure those bricks levels, and then you can catch it in another tree who's starting to decline before you even see it. It's really pretty great. Binoculars, gotta have binoculars. I love these right here, these vortexes. They're amazing. Hand pruners are necessary. I keep those off by the truck. And my hand trowel, this is probably my favorite tool that I've ever had. Maybe the air spade comes close, I don't know. Yeah, but this has the craftsmanship. It's handmade by a blacksmith. And I'll put the link to all of this, by the way, in the description so you can click it. But this is a mesquite handle. Oh wait, or is that black walnut? That might be black walnut. I can't remember now. I think it's black walnut. Yeah, black walnut. I've used this for exposing root flares, but mostly for exposing them in small amounts to check and see what might be going on with circling and girdling roots, which is absolutely a very serious thing that needs to be looked at. There's some other tools that I keep out. I'll show you, like a pentrometer and things, but these are the things that I keep in the diagnostic bags at all time. Reading glasses, because those are necessary now, unfortunately. Notepads, right in the rain. These are necessary in case it's drizzling or raining, or if I get stuck in an irrigation cycle starting up. But I'll use this one the most, or a pad this size. It fits right inside of there, great for taking notes. If I don't have space for that, I'll use this. This is a very tiny, lightweight camping shovel. It weighs almost nothing. Again, this is great for exposing the root flares in a pinch in just little sections. I would not want to do an entire tree. And then this is the brush that I use the most for exposing the dirt from the root flares so it doesn't damage the tree. And all of that stays in this little bag right here, a little plastic bag with some rubber gloves to keep my hands clean and some paper towels to just wipe my hands off. This is a D-tape for measuring the diameter of the tree. That's very helpful for so many things. This is a jeweler's loop, and I use it for looking at the diseases to determine between bacterial, fungal, and things like that, as well as, of course, insects. It's great for that. Has little lights on the bottom, but that's real helpful. We've got a laser measure, and this is great for measuring distances without, if I don't have my large measuring tape or measuring wheel, to get distances, particularly from the trunk, for critical root zones and things like that. So to get some fairly accurate measurements on lawns as well. This is a great tool for adjusting irrigation sprinkler heads real quick. I'm a licensed irrigator, so I can do that kind of stuff, and it's legit, it's okay. But I use this a lot, just for while I'm walking around someone's yard. If I'm looking and checking things out, I'll just make little adjustments. This is a caliper little tool. It's nice. It's made out of brass, and I use it mainly for measuring twig elongation to check the progress of trees or to see when decline started. This is just a very simple test for major pH levels in water to see if there's anything major coming through a neighborhood or into an area where there's been new construction in major ways. That's nice to know in case the pH is off in the water. I use this little nozzle for quick little excavations of the root flares carefully with hook it up to the water hose, and I can kind of get a good idea of what's going on. But it's a nice simple way to expose root flares in small little areas if the conditions are just right. This is for measuring the height of a tree. This is my pH meter. I love this thing. This is for measuring soil pH, and I can check it at various depths when I use a soil probe, which I'll get to in a second. This is just distilled water, because you've got to use that to make sure this is calibrated properly. And this is a mallet that I use. It's one of the two that I use. This one's smaller and more compact. This is great for checking for decay in trees and to check the hollow and things like that. I'm going to make a video on this. This is the most important thing you can have. Moisture meter. This one's all busted up. I'll put links, by the way, to all of this below. But moisture meters are absolutely necessary for knowing the level of the moisture in the soil. It's almost impossible to know it by looking at it. This is a pentrometer, and this is used for measuring the compaction or the soil compaction. Certainly in construction sites, you can confirm whether or not something's compacted and to measure the improvement over time depending on the treatments that are being done. This is a soil probe, and really every arborist or anyone who deals with soil should have one of these in the truck. You can take core samples, and you can see the different types of soil at different levels of what's been added, and it's also great for using the pH meter. You can check it at different levels, different depths. So these are the tools that I always carry. It can change a little bit, and sometimes all of these are almost used, but it's rare that one property ever needs me to get into all of this. It's usually some of it. Some are always used. After I did the video, there were a couple of things that I use all the time that I think are pretty important, so I wanted to include those right now. The first is this Fisher Space Pen. I love this. It writes in the rain as long as there's paper that's meant for that, and it can work in really hot weather and freezing temperatures, and I'm in all types. So I use it professionally when I'm doing consultations, but I take one like this all the time, everywhere I go, no matter where I'm at. The second one is this little button compass. I keep it in my pocket all the time, no matter where I'm at. I always have this on me most of the time. And it helps with diagnosing certain tree diseases, and it's just good to have a compass on you. So I always have one on me of some kind. All right, that's gonna wrap up this video about what is inside of my tree diagnostic bag. If you're interested in any of the products that you saw in here and you're wondering what they cost and if they're available, I'll have links in the description. They'll go to Amazon. Some of these tools that I've had for a few years, so I don't know if they're easy to get a hold of or not, but if I can't find it on Amazon, I'll put something that's either really close to it or the manufacturer where you can go to and get it. If you like the video, click the like button and subscribe. It helps me continue to make videos like this, as well as videos about some of the cool places that I go to. If you would like to see the follow-up video of me diagnosing the tree that I was actually there to see, click this button right there and it'll take you to it. Thank you again for watching and supporting my channel.